Hello everyone. Welcome to U_IAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question 1. Consider the following statements about Multi-State Cooperative Societies Amendment Bill. 1. This seeks to strengthen cooperatives by making their functioning more transparent, introducing a system of regular elections and prohibiting the appointment of related persons. 2. The bill seeks to establish a cooperative election authority with a view to introduce electoral reforms in the cooperative sector. 3. The bill provides for concurrent audits for multi-state cooperative societies, a mechanism for redressal of complaints, and the appointment of one or more cooperative ombudsmen and cooperative information officers. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is C. The bill seeks to establish a cooperative election authority with a view to introduce electoral reforms in the cooperative sector. It will consist of a chairperson, vice chairperson, and members not exceeding 3 to be appointed by the central government. As per the statement of objects and reasons of the bill, a new clause has been inserted to set up Cooperative Rehabilitation, Reconstruction and Development Fund for the revival of sick multi-state cooperative societies. It provides for an increase in monetary penalties that will be imposed on these societies in case of contravention of the provisions. Question 2. With reference to cherry, consider the following statements. 1. The northeastern states contributes to 95% of the total cherry production in India. 2. Cherry is a delicate crop and extremely sensitive to extreme weather conditions, requiring a moderate temperature for optimal growth. 3. Having a very low shelf life, cherries cannot sustain heavy rains or high temperatures. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The Kashmir Valley contributes to 95% of the total cherry production in India. 8 cherry varieties grown in Kashmir include Makhmali, Sia, Misri, Jaddi, Italy, Double, Vishkan and Stella. 4 among 8 varieties, mainly Misri, Jaddi, Makhmali and Double, have good demand in the market. Misri is considered sweeter than all other varieties. Question 3. Consider the following statements about Corporate Debt Market Development Fund, CDMDF. 1. It is designed to provide support during stressed market conditions by purchasing investment-grade corporate debt securities. 2. Regulated by the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. 3. The CDMDF is a fund wherein the corpus of 20,000 crore rupees will be created by contributions from the fixed income schemes of mutual funds and asset management companies. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is A. Regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. The CDMDF is a fund wherein the corpus of 3,000 crore rupees will be created by contributions from the fixed income schemes of mutual funds and asset management companies. Question 4. With reference to International Tiger Day, consider the following statements. 1. International Tiger Day is celebrated on 31st July every year to raise awareness about the conservation of tigers. 2. International Tiger Day, or Global Tiger Day, was proposed for the first time in 2010 during the St. Petersburg Tiger Summit in Russia. 3. Tigers, listed as an endangered species in many regions worldwide, face numerous threats to their survival, including habitat loss and poaching. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. International Tiger Day is celebrated on 29th July every year to raise awareness about the conservation of tigers. International Tiger Day, or Global Tiger Day, was proposed for the first time in 2010 during the St. Petersburg Tiger Summit in Russia. Many countries agreed to join an agreement to safeguard tigers. Among these countries were 13 tiger range countries including India, Russia, and China. At the St. Petersburg Summit, the countries committed to a resolution to double the number of tigers by 2022, which is also the Chinese Year of the Tiger. Since then, International Tiger Day has been celebrated every year. Question 5. Consider the following statements about Pradhan Mantri Schools for Rising India PM Shri scheme. 1. Under this scheme, the government aims to develop more than 14,500 schools across India. 2. Through this scheme, new schools would be developed, strengthened and upgraded. 3. The selection process was based on 6 broad parameters. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. Through this scheme, already existing schools would be selected and strengthened and upgraded. The PM Shri Schools scheme was launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 5th September 2022. Under this scheme, the government aims to develop more than 14,500 schools across India. Through this scheme, already existing schools would be selected and strengthened and upgraded. Based on the objectives of the scheme, PM Shri Schools will also aim towards delivering quality teaching to enhance cognitive development of the students. Through PM Shri Schools, the government also aims to create nurturing, holistic and well-rounded individuals equipped with key 21st century skills. Question 6. Consider the following statements about UDAN, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik scheme. 1. This is a regional airport development program of the Government of India and part of the Regional Connectivity Scheme, RCS, of upgrading underserviced air routes. 2. Its goal is to make air travel affordable and improve economic development in India. 3. The scheme is fully funded by the central government. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The scheme will be jointly funded by the central government and state governments. The scheme has been implemented in 5 phases so far. UDAN 1.0, 36 new airports were commissioned. 128 flight routes for 70 airports were awarded to 5 airline companies. UDAN 2.0, a helipad was added for the first time. In 2018, 73 unserved airports were announced. UDAN 3.0, several changes were made, including tourist routes, seaplanes to connect water aerodromes and routes under UDAN in the northeast region. UDAN 4.0, 78 new routes were approved in 2020. In this phase, the Kavaratti, Agatti, and Minikoy islands of Lakshadweep will also be connected by new routes. UDAN 4.1, this phase is focused on connecting small airports, special helicopter, and seaplane routes under UDAN. New ways have also been proposed under Sagarmala seaplane services. Question 7. Consider the following statements about Graded Response Action Plan, GRAP. 1. GRAP is a set of emergency measures that kick in to prevent further deterioration of air quality once it reaches a certain threshold in the Delhi NCR region. 2. Stage 3 of GRAP is activated when the AQI is in the poor category, 201 to 300. Which of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Both. D. None. The answer is A. GRAP is incremental in nature and thus, when the air quality dips from poor to very poor, measures listed under both sections have to be followed. Stage 1 of GRAP is activated when the AQI is in the poor category, 201 to 300. Stage 2 is when it's in the very poor category, 301 to 400. Stage 3 is when the AQI is the severe category, 401 to 450. And finally, Stage 4 is when it rises to the severe plus category, more than 450. Question 8. With reference to Parkachit Glacier, consider the following statements. 1. Parachit Glacier is a mountain glacier in Kargil, Ladakh. 2. This is a mass of ice moving slowly down the Nankun slopes, and ice mass falls finally into the Suru River. Which of the above statements are correct? A. Only one. B. Only two. C. Both. D. None. The answer is C. The Parkachit Glacier is one of the largest glaciers in the Suru River Valley, covering an area of 53 square kilometers and is 14 kilometers long. The Suru River Valley is a part of the southern Ziskar Ranges in the western Himalayas. There are two main reasons for the rapid melting of the glacier. The first is global warming and increasing temperatures in the region, and the second is that it is at a lower altitude than other glaciers in the Zanskar region. Thank you, everyone. Do subscribe to this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.